Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel WaterBeat Cycles. My name is John. What we have here is a specialized Stumpjumper carbon hardtail 29er frame. It's a size 15.5, and this is a total custom build that I personally built for my wife. We built this bike up for her a couple years back, so she would have a bike that is super versatile and allows her to cover all different styles of cycling without having a bunch of different bikes. So we primarily use this bike as a neighborhood beach cruiser, just kind of exercise bike. She would take it on some light trails every once in a while, but technically it's a mountain bike. If you can see, I built the handlebars pretty upright, so you know, it's not a super aggressive position, you know, so it can also pair as like a gravel bike, light trail bike, you know, again, like fitness commuting kind of bike. It is a 29er wheel, so it's nicer big wheel size on there. It's going to roll over stuff really nice and kind of get up and go. It's a size 15.5 frame, so this is would be considered basically like a small frame. My wife is 5'4", so probably good range for this bike is probably about 5'4" to about like 5'6.5" for a 15.5. Couple unique features about this bike. As you can see, it's a specialized, and it has a Cannondale Lefty fork on it, which you normally wouldn't see Cannondale Lefty forks on other brand frames, but with the right know-how and the correct bearings and setup, you can definitely add them to other frames, and that's what I did here. So you can see it makes the bike look super cool. Another cool feature about this bike is when this hardtail frame was manufactured, actually, if you look at this model, it is called the Stumpjumper SS. So this is a FACT 8R full carbon frame, and SS stands for single speed. So when they made this frame, they made it so you can either run it as a single speed, or it actually comes with a rear derailleur hanger, which we had left on the bike, so we could set it up as a geared bike. So again, it is a single speed or geared frame. That is a specialized part that's on the back there that allows you to add the derailleur onto it. So this is a 1x12 speed. The frame here, I believe, was a 2015 or 2016. They did not have 12 speed out back then, so that's a much newer component group that we have on the bike. We were able to get a hold of a nice S-Works OSBB carbon crankset. So this crankset, when it was new, retailed for about $850, so it was not a cheap crankset whatsoever. But it's an S-Works OSBB with a SRAM 12-speed 1x32 X-Sync front ring, and then it's got a 1050 12-speed cassette in the rear with a Shimano SLX 12-speed rear derailleur and right side shifter, which you can see right here. It's got ODI lock-on grips. It's got a nice upright riding riser handlebar. Has a 90mm stem. It's got a Bontrager aluminum Pro stem on it. It has both Shimano brakes. One is XTR on the right rear, and then it has an XT on the front. So work perfectly. Just one's XT, one's XTR, and that's the same all the way down to the caliper. So you got an XT front caliper, XTR rear caliper. The bike is 21.5 pounds as pictured. One thing with this bike is it not only has the Lefty carbon fork on it, but it also has Stan's 29er aluminum wheels on it, which is this rim. I can't remember. I want to say it's called the Olympic rim, I believe. It was the Stan's 29er. It was one of the lightest rims that Stan's made at the time. And then, of course, it's built onto the Cannondale SI Lefty specific front hub, and then it's going to have the Stan's, let's see if I can swing this tire around here, Stan's 330 Ti rear hub there. It's got a Physique Vitessa saddle on it, and a on-one aluminum 27.2 seat post. FSA headset, and it has brand new 2024 specialized ground control T5 tires, and these tires are tubeless ready with fresh tire sealant inside of them. Again, you can see that is a 15.5 there. Bike has no cracks or damage. It's got a couple cosmetic blemishes and some scratches, One of the main reasons I am making this video, just so there's full transparency on this bike, the Cannondale OPI fork, when you buy the fork, it's an air sprung fork where it holds air for the spring compression, and then it has a rebound capability, which is this red knob, which controls how slow or fast the fork comes back at you after you compress it. That's what rebound does on a fork. And then it also normally would have a handlebar lockout, which runs from this cap to the handlebar, which allows you to lock the fork out if you want. Those features, the two features, the rebound feature, the oil rebound feature, and the lockout are not working on this fork. And as you can see, the lockout mechanism is not there. Unfortunately, I took it off when I got a hold of the fork, and I misplaced it. I don't know where it's at. You can buy a new lockout for it if you wanted the fork to lock out, and you can have the fork serviced to have the rebound work again. But right now, you can even see the fork totally holds air, no problem. But it's basically just going to be an air spring, and that's all the feature that it has on the fork. So that's the only, I would say, drawback to this bike, is that you don't have a rebound capability. But again, if you're just riding the bike on some light trails, or you're just trying to get some exercise on the bike, or you're going to cruise around the neighborhood, I mean, you can pump the fork up to, 75, 80 PSI if you want, and it'll be a super stiff fork. Just give you a little bit of suspension in the front there. Or you can set it up for the mountain bike. You just won't have, that rebound capability there. So that's it. This is a 2015, 2016 Specialized Stumpjumper full carbon 29er frame, size 15.5. And again, it's a SLX 1x12 speed with a Lefty OPI fork and set up in a nice upright riding position there. So if you have any questions, this bike is going to be listed on our eBay store. It is going to be sold as is. So please, hopefully you're watching this video and you'll see all the different things I'm talking about, about the fork and the scratches and things like that. There's no cracks, there's no damage. Everything else works great. It ships perfectly. The wheels are true. Tires are brand new. Grips are new. It's got fresh sealing in it. It can be a great, reliable bike for somebody. If you want to put a little bit of extra money into it to get that fork working great, then that's up to you. But that's it. So if you have any questions, look up WaterBear Cycles or waterbearcycles.com and reach out to me. Thanks. Bye-bye.